Hello friends! In this video, you'll see the process of drawing a tiger, and you'll also discover interesting, and perhaps new, facts about these amazing animals. Enjoy watching. For centuries, tigers have ruled the shadows of Asia's forests, grasslands, and mangroves. They are symbols of power, mystery, and raw beauty. But beyond their striking appearance lies a world of secrets, behaviors, abilities, and truths that most people have never heard of. Tigers are the largest cats on Earth, but size alone doesn't define them. An adult male tiger can weigh over 300 kilograms. Its body is built for power, dense muscles, massive paws, and a jaw strong enough to crush bone. Yet despite this strength, a tiger is not built for endurance. It is built for precision. Unlike wolves or lions, tigers do not chase their prey over long distances. They wait, they watch, they calculate. A tiger will stalk its prey for minutes, sometimes hours, moving silently through grass or forest, step by step, closing the distance. And here's something most people don't realize. A tiger's success rate is incredibly low. Only about 1 in 10 hunts and successfully, which means most of the time, the tiger fails. This is one of the great paradoxes of nature. One of the most powerful predators on Earth lives on the edge of starvation. Every hunt matters. Every mistake costs energy, and energy is survival. But when a tiger succeeds, it is unstoppable. With a single explosive burst of speed, it can cover distances in seconds. Its claws grip, its jaws lock onto the throat of its prey. The attack is quick, efficient, silent. But perhaps one of the most fascinating things about tigers is not how they hunt, but how they remain unseen. A tiger's stripes are not just for beauty. They are camouflage. Each stripe pattern is unique, like a fingerprint. No two tigers are exactly alike. But more importantly, these stripes break up the outline of the tiger's body, allowing it to blend perfectly into tall grass and forest shadows. Even at close range, prey animals often don't see the tiger until it's too late. And here's something even more surprising. A tiger's skin is striped too. If you were to shave its fur, you would still see the same pattern on its skin. It is not just a surface feature. It is part of the animal itself. Tigers are solitary creatures. Unlike lions, they do not live in prides. Each tiger controls a territory, sometimes spanning hundreds of square kilometers, and they defend it fiercely. But how does a tiger communicate in a world where it lives alone? The answer is surprisingly complex. Tigers use scent marking. They leave chemical signals on trees, rocks, and the ground. These scents carry information, identity, territory boundaries, even reproductive status. It's like an invisible language written across the forest. They also use sound. A tiger's roar can be heard from up to 3 kilometers away. But roaring is only part of the story. Tigers also produce something called a chuff, a soft, friendly sound used between individuals, especially between mothers and cubs. It's one of the rare, gentle sounds from such a powerful predator. And then there's something truly extraordinary. Tigers can produce infrasound, low-frequency sounds that humans cannot hear, but can feel. These vibrations can travel long distances and may even disorient prey. It's a hidden weapon, one we are only beginning to understand. Tigers are not just hunters, they're also swimmers. In fact, they are one of the few big cats that enjoy water. In the swamps of the Sundarbans, tigers swim between islands, sometimes covering several kilometers. They hunt in water. They cool off in rivers. They even play. For a creature so associated with firelight, colors, the tiger is deeply connected to water. But life for a tiger is not easy, especially in the modern world. Once, tigers roamed across much of Asia, from the Himalayas to Indonesia. But today, their range has been reduced dramatically. There are fewer than 4,000 wild tigers left. That's not a large number, and it tells a story of loss. Habitat destruction is one of the biggest threats. Forests are cut down. Land is converted for agriculture. Human settlements expand, and a tiger loses its home. But there is another threat: poaching. Tigers have been hunted for centuries. Their fur, their bones, their body parts, all have been used in illegal trade. Despite global efforts to protect them, this threat still exists. And yet, despite everything, tigers are survivors. In some regions, their populations are slowly recovering. Conservation efforts are making a difference. Protected areas, anti-poaching patrols, wildlife corridors. Humans are beginning to understand that saving tigers means saving entire ecosystems. Because the tiger is not just an animal. It is an apex predator, a regulator of balance. When tigers disappear, everything changes. Prey populations grow unchecked. Vegetation is destroyed. The ecosystem begins to collapse. But when tigers thrive, the forest thrives. Rivers stay healthier. Biodiversity increases. The presence of a tiger is a sign that nature is still alive. And yet, for all we know about them, tigers remain mysterious. There are still things we don't fully understand. How they choose territories, how they navigate vast landscapes, how they adapt to changing environments. Even their behavior can surprise us. Some tigers have been observed hunting unusual prey, even crocodiles. Others have adapted to living near human settlements, changing their activity patterns to avoid contact. Each tiger is different. Each has its own personality, its own story, and perhaps that is what makes them so captivating. They're not just symbols, they are individuals. There's a quiet intelligence in a tiger's eyes, a sense of awareness, of calculation, of presence. It is not just an animal looking at the world. It is a force observing everything. And when a tiger walks through the forest, it does not rush. It does not panic. It moves with purpose. Every step deliberate. Every movement controlled. Because in its world, there is no room for hesitation. And yet, despite all this power, the tiger is vulnerable. Its future depends on something unexpected. Us. Human choices will determine whether tigers continue to exist in the wild, or only in stories. And that is the greatest irony of all. The most powerful predator on land now depends on the most unpredictable species on Earth. But there is still hope. Across Asia, efforts are being made to protect habitats, to reconnect forests, to ensure that future generations will not just hear about tigers, but see them. Because to see a tiger in the wild is not just to witness an animal, it is to witness something ancient, something powerful, something real, a reminder that the wild still exists. And as long as the tiger walks the forests, there is still balance, still beauty, still life, and maybe, just maybe, there is still time.